I welcome all of you to this wellness workshop titled Master the Mind, Be a Mastermind. Before we start this session, I would request each and every one of you participants to turn on your cameras so that this session becomes a more interactive session and it becomes more fruitful. I would also like to share that during the session, if anyone has any doubts, they may raise their hand and we will unmute you so you may ask your doubt. We shall now welcome the speaker of the day, Dr. Karishma Ahuja. Dr. Karishma Ahuja is a renowned metaphysical teacher and life coach who trains children and adults on mind power techniques, manifestation tools, forgiveness therapy, and energy cleansing practices. A doctor of philosophy with specialization in metaphysical counseling and a master's in metaphysical sciences, she is also the author of two self-help books, The Healing Power of Gratitude and The Healing Power of Words. Dr. Ahuja has a weekly column in the Hindustan Times where she shares her inputs frequently. And she also shares her inputs for success in online portals like Midday, Tax Guru, Health Site, Women Fitness, and Entrepreneur India, among many others. Dr. Karishma Ahuja, ma'am, I request you to now take over and start this session.
Namaste. Firstly, please confirm if I'm audible.
Yeah, you're audible.
Thank you so much. So once again, Namaste. Nama. This is not about me. This is about you. It is not about what I need to share with you. It is about what you need to hear at this point in time in your life. And so it is the case with each one of us. So as I always begin every session of mine, I request everyone to sit comfortably for a few moments. Let us close our eyes and make a strong intention for today. Let us offer our gratitude to the source energy, the divine power, the universe within us for this opportunity to receive the message that each one of us need to receive today for our own growth, for our own transformation. May our minds be alert. May our hearts be open to get whatever it is that we need to transform our lives for the better. And now let us all take a deep breath. Let's inhale slowly. Exhale slowly. And let us once again open our eyes. Mukam karoti vachalam, pangham langayete girim, yat kripatamaham vande, paramananda madhavam. This stotra gives us a very important message. You know what that message is? No obstacle in this world, no challenge we are experiencing today can stop us from achieving our highest good if we believe in that power within us. Mukkam karoti vachalam. This power within us can even make the dumb speak. Pangham langayete girim. It can make even the lame cross the mountain. That is why all of us need to be reminded firstly that we must invest time in connecting with our own selves. Instead of constantly wondering how to fix things on the outside, it is time to connect with this power within us. It is time to spend time understanding our own needs and then aligning ourselves with that power within us, because this power and its grace is so abundant, it can do anything for us. As long as we commit to leading our best life. And so, in this session also, please let us begin with first this reminder that even if we are at this point in time experiencing some challenges, let us hear this session with an open mind And let us thereafter do everything with an open mind, because there is nothing that we cannot overcome if we truly have the belief and the faith that our good must come to pass. You see, the power of our own minds is really what this journey of life is about. There is a great saying in Ayurveda: if you wish to know what your thoughts in the past have been like, look at your body today. It is an expression, a representation of what you've been thinking about. And it also says, if you wish to know what your body is going to be like in the future, examine your thoughts today. This means that everything that is going on in the mind is finding its expression in our body. And through this body, it is also going into the outside world. This energy within us that is shifting because of our thoughts is also going into our relationships, going into our career plans, going into the execution of our tasks. It is also going into the health of our own body. And so we must spend time to understand how this instrument called the mind is working. And even though we point at the mind in this manner on the brain, we do understand the mind is not here itself. It is in fact all over. Because every time that you are thinking, every cell in your body is vibrating. So the mind is everywhere, every part of your body. Therefore, it is our responsibility to now get focused, to understand how do I now learn how to manage myself better. How do I manage my thoughts? How do I manage my feelings? And how do I go about changing my life for the better? There was a person by the name of W. Clement Stone. He was one of the early authors and motivational speakers in America. You know what was so fascinating about this person? He was one of the first persons, being a business owner, who emphasized on the importance of attitude. Whenever people used to come to him for a job, he used to interview them with a lot of keenness. And one of the things that they observed about him while he interviewed others was that he never bothered about the knowledge or the background that person came with. He looked at something different. You know what that was? That was the attitude of the person sitting in front of him. He often told his own staff, a person with a good attitude is what I desire to see in my own office. Because if this person has a good attitude, it means he has good energy. If he has good energy, it means he can do anything. Even if he doesn't come with that much knowledge, he will be able to learn everything on the job. That is the kind of person I want to hire. That means how we are perceived by others, how we execute our tasks, all of it comes from our own energy and what we call as our vibration. What is this vibration? Every time there is a thought, it is accompanied by a feeling that takes place in the body. And that feeling is what we refer to as the vibration. That is why emotion is often referred to as energy in motion. That is what emotion is. So whenever we feel something, we should stop, pause, reflect. What is this feeling going on within me? If it's a positive feeling, it will bring about a positive result. Why? Because every time you are thinking, you are feeling, and this feeling is now picked up by your subconscious mind. This part of us called the subconscious, which stores all the memories of our past, also along with the brain, plays a big role in facilitating the vibration in our body. Because every thought that you think the brain is creating and recalling a picture or a reference about it from your past. And so, in my life, if I want to take charge of my mind, I must work on managing my emotions. If I start cleansing my emotions, if I start working on releasing negative emotions, the old pictures of lack, limitation, hatred, discomfort, loneliness, sadness, anger, slowly and slowly, these pictures start to fade. And the positive emotions that I am now focusing on start becoming more active in my vibration. As a result, the subconscious mind will engage more with these positive images, pictures, and thus it will change my energy and thereby my results. So, whatever I have shared with you so far, I could sum up in form of 3 statements. First, every thought has the potential to become a reality. Isn't this true? Today, if we look around, everything around us, the computer, the laptop, the internet, the airplane, everything today that we use, that we observe, that we benefit from was once upon a time only a thought in someone's mind, isn't it? It was almost as a fantasy. They thought about it, but then they also chose to take some action on it. That means whatever we think today has the potential to become a reality. So if you have some dreams, you have some aspirations, you want to achieve some goals, remind yourself, even though it may seem very far-fetched, very difficult, you have no reason to give up on your dreams because every single thing that today we experience around us was once only a thought in someone's mind. But today, it is a reality that we all can benefit from. But one question may arise in all our minds. Every thought has the potential to become a reality. True. But does every thought actually become a reality? There are so many people that you and I may know who may have not achieved their dreams, who may have not reached the level of success that they may have desired for themselves. Why? Why is that so? That's because if you understand the nature of energy and vibration, you will realize energy is flowing where your attention is going. So, not all thoughts become a reality, but the ones which involve a lot of your attention, either in a good way or in a negative way, tend to become a reality in our lives. That means whatever I focus on grows stronger in my life. Let's do a short exercise. Wherever you are sitting right now, try to look around and count the number of blue objects you see. We may have some blue objects around us in this room. So what you could do is quickly look around wherever you are sitting and see if you can find some blue color objects. If you have found some blue color objects, look at them closely because now we will do a little test to find out whether you have actually identified the blue objects or not. If you have found the blue color objects, immediately close your eyes. But this time, when you have your eyes closed, try to recall any white objects you saw in your room where you were sitting. White color objects. Most of us will struggle to come up with the white objects because our mind was focused on the blue color objects. That means The thoughts that I give attention to are those that are very active in my vibration. So that one thought which is active brings many other thoughts and pictures. The moment I said recall, you may have already thought to recall the blue objects because that's what I asked you to see around you. That's exactly what happens in our lives. If we want to achieve certain dreams or we have certain goals, then we must focus on them. We must familiarize our minds with whatever it is that we want. Because only then will it start to be more active in our energy and our vibration. Just as easily, we will recall blue objects if we were focusing on blue objects. In the same manner, if you are focusing on your goals, you will get ideas to act on those goals. You will receive inspiration to make right choices towards your goals. And that is why there has to be a way to connect with our goals on a daily basis. Whatever it is that you want, firstly, make sure you put it down on paper. Whatever it is, we may have professional goals, we may have personal goals. Whatever your goals are, write them down on paper. This is how we will expand our own mind and consciousness and start to receive insights for the same. Because whatever you are focusing on, the subconscious mind is obligated to imitate, to follow, to bring about, because that's what it does. It is going to go to our past, look for references, pictures that match this reality that we want. And so it is going to be busy in good memories rather than memories and experiences that we don't want in our lives. So many of us may have experienced this. If we receive some disappointing news in the morning, we tend to feel it has spoiled our mood, it's brought down our vibration. And then, because we are in this vibe, in this energy, we also receive some other disappointing news. Maybe that day you don't get a cab on your way to work. Maybe you experience more than usual traffic on your way to work. Maybe your boss gives you an assignment that you know is going to be very burdensome for you that day. So it's almost like there is a chain of thoughts and feelings that come about because you consciously or unconsciously are focusing on certain aspects, on certain thoughts, on certain feelings. Imagine if we give so much of focus, energy, and attention to things we want to bring about in our lives, we will certainly see how we are operating more from a solution mindset. Solution mindset. Instead of thinking, this went wrong, what is going to happen now? What if they do this? Instead of all of this, your mind is thinking about what to do next. How do I handle this? How do I manage this? Is there somebody I can talk to? Is there somebody I can connect with? So you see how you go from a problem focused mindset to a solution oriented mindset. And all of this can further be emphasized in us if we keep reminding ourselves energy flows where attention goes. But as I already mentioned, we don't always get what we want. But there is one thing by which all our experiences come into our lives, and that is our vibration. We get what we vibrate, and our vibration is made up of our dominant thinking patterns, our dominant beliefs, our dominant expectations. Albert Einstein had a very good test. He said everybody should put themselves with. His test comprised of only one question. And he says, this question and the answer to this question will really help you take a good look at where you're headed in future in your life. You know what that question was? What kind of a world is it for you? What kind of a world is it for you? Now, each of us should try and reflect on this question. And honestly, we must try and answer it. What kind of a world is it for me? Is it a good world? Is it a compassionate world? Is it a helpful world? Or is it a mean world? Is it a disappointing world? Is it an angry world? You see, whatever it is that the world is for me, that is what I am going to now experience more of in my life. Why? Because if you love the world, you will experience more of this love. But if you hate or resent it, you will experience more of this hatred, this bitterness, and this resentment. Today, we understand scientifically why. Because the vibration taking place in your body, because of your thought, because of your feeling, goes into everything you do. It goes into how you interact with others. And so, the person in front of you will always and always feel your vibration, your vibe. And therefore, if you don't like someone and you still try to interact with them with that energy, chances are the experience will not turn out good. But that's because you were making an outside effort, but internally you were not coming from a good vibration. You were expecting this person is going to say something now. You're expecting I may not pass. You're expecting I will not get support. You're expecting things to go wrong. This is something we must work on changing. Because unless and until I don't change my level of expectation from others and from the world, I will never be able to receive what I want to receive. Now, please do not be confused by saying expectation means I should expect others to do something from me. No, it is about how you are seeing others. It is about your internal level of expectation of how the world must be. If I, in my mind, constantly emphasize on a kind world, a helpful world, a compassionate world, then that's what is running in my energy, because every word you speak is passing a vibration in your body. So when you speak good about others, when you bless others, you expand and unleash your own mind power and potential. Why? Because the cells in our body only have a blueprint that works on love. They don't know what to do with us when we are feeling anything other than that love. And that is why Ayurveda tells us your thoughts are affecting your body, and your body, your mental, physical health will affect your capacity to do anything, your ability to think, your ability to execute your tasks. So we want to give our body, our cells, the right environment for growth so that we can not only get what we want, but we can enjoy this journey of life. We don't just want to achieve our goals. We want to achieve our goals with a lot of joy. Whatever I'm doing, I should get joy out of it. I should enjoy. I should feel gratitude for whatever it is I'm doing, because then I will experience true satisfaction. Otherwise, I may have 10 goals. I achieve all those 10 goals, still I'm unhappy. But that is because I'm not connecting with my own needs. I'm not understanding what do I really need. And I am not focusing on maintaining a good vibration, which has to start with my conscious decision to choose how to feel good, to think good thoughts, and to constantly shift negative thoughts. If I know I'm thinking negative, if I know I'm not feeling good, I must work on changing it. Because if I work on changing it, I'm able to utilize my mind better. I'm able to think more creatively. I'm also able to act more promptly. Most importantly, we are able to use our mind power for the good that we want to bring in our lives. It will sharpen our memory, it will improve our focus and our concentration, and most importantly, you will make a positive difference even in others around you. Why? Because like energy attracts like energy. You see how in a classroom, studious children usually always end up sitting together, and the naughty ones usually will form their own group. But that's because we are drawing people towards each other. We are getting aligned with others because of our energy and vibration. So if you start thinking and feeling more positive, you strengthen your own willpower. And as a result, you will also notice that people around you will give you more of the thoughts that match your positive thinking. This is especially important because a lot of people come back and say that I am trying to be positive, but you see someone in my house is very negative, or that people around are very negative in general. So how am I supposed to be positive? How am I supposed to improve the power of my own mind? Simple. You have to understand. If you are on floor number 3, then the only way people below floor number 3 on the first and second level can meet you is when they come up to your level. Similarly, if people are of lower vibrational nature at the moment, maybe because they are negative for their anger for someone, maybe they are disheartened because of something. For whatever reason, if people around you are negative, if you are becoming more and more positive, they will have to come up to your level to interact with you, which means you're actually helping improve your overall environment because of your commitment to choose more positive thoughts and feelings. So, if I could sum up what I have just said, I said every thought has the potential to become a reality, but only the thoughts that we focus on actually come into our reality faster with more power, because energy flows where attention goes. And like energy attracts like energy. So if I start to improve my vibration and energy, I will automatically start drawing resources, people, opportunities that match this energy of mine. That is why I must focus on myself. I must not worry about, but this will happen, but they will do this, but they will not help me. I have to focus on my energy. This world operates from inside outside, not outside inside. It's all coming out from me into the world. And that's how my interactions with the outside world take place. Okay? So, 5 little words that we have to keep in mind. I get what I vibrate. With this understanding, therefore, let us now ensure we adopt some daily habits to take better charge of our thoughts, our feelings, and thus our energy. Firstly, when we wake up in the morning, we should try and spend some time in silent sitting. Few moments in the morning of commitment that this is an exercise I have to do. This is a practice I have to adopt. And trust me, it will go a long way in helping you release any kind of negativity you may have picked up at night. Maybe because sometimes we may have a tendency to overthink, to worry, to get anxious. And a lot of us may wake up in the morning with that anxiousness, with that anxiety. If that is what is also being experienced by you, make sure that you wake up in the morning with a smile and remind yourself, I'm going to give time to myself. Because if I do, I'm going to be able to manage my day much better. So few minutes of silent sitting, whatever you're comfortable with. If you're comfortable with 10 to 15 minutes, great. If you are not comfortable, maybe 5 to 7 minutes, but be with yourself, keep your spine erect, because when you are sitting straight, you are able to allow the energy from the bottom of your spine travel up to your head. That's how you get better thoughts, because you're allowing the flow of energy in the body to take place in this manner where you get fresh thoughts, new thoughts, instead of the same old thoughts of the past. Now, once you sit in silence, naturally you may experience some thoughts coming. Maybe thoughts about yesterday, thoughts about what somebody said or did to you. Immediately start to become more conscious of your breath. So, just as I asked you in the beginning of this session, let's take a deep breath when we were about to come out of our few moments of silent sitting. Same manner, you must also remind yourself that each time my mind wanders, I'm going to focus on my inhalation and my exhalation. So, mentally, you can constantly be counting. Inhale 1, exhale 1. Inhale 2, exhale 2. So in this manner, you start to relax and release tension of your body, especially any tension that we may have accumulated because of what we experienced yesterday or the day before. So few minutes into this silent sitting practice where your focus is just on your inhalation and your exhalation. Most importantly, with a smile on your face. Imagine the difference if you're breathing in and out with a smile. The difference that it can make is truly life altering, because you see, when you smile, the brain gets a message, something good is about to happen. So when you are experiencing that feeling of well-being inside you because of the release of chemicals inside your body, automatically this feeling of well-being gets stronger and stronger in your silent sitting practice. As a result, most of us will realize as we open our eyes, we come out of our silent sitting practice, we are already feeling better. And that is a very good thing to do first thing in the morning. We do not want to interact with others before we do our silent sitting practice. Because if we do it, chances are we can pick up negativity from different places around us. We don't want that to happen. We want to first align ourselves to our higher energy, and that silent sitting practice in the morning will help us do that. The second thing you can do is, after you freshen up, you get dressed, or you have your cup of tea, coffee, juice, you must sit with yourself and write down what your goals are, what your priorities are. Whatever it is that you're doing currently in your life, as a student, as an individual, as a business owner, as a housewife, whatever it is we are doing currently in our lives, we have to put down on paper about what we want out of it. So most of us want to have a good career. We want to pass through our educational life with confidence, with opportunities available for us to express our talents, our skills. We want to make the most of our youthful life so that we can then have a comfortable life, a satisfactory life. So put down on paper, what is it that you would like to achieve? 3 to 5 of your goals, your priorities down on paper. Once you start doing this, automatically you will notice rest of the day, some thoughts relating to what you could do will come into your mind. And to encourage these thoughts coming, these insights coming, this inspiration coming, make sure you always have with you a pen and paper, a small diary at least with you where you are able to put down your thoughts. Because now that you have sat in silence in the morning, now that you have engaged and connected with what you want to achieve, your mind will try to find answers for all the questions that may be running in your mind in terms of how will I achieve this? How will I get this? How will I do this? How will this happen? So keeping a diary, a pen paper with you is always a good idea to note down any ideas that you may get. If you have the time in the morning and you are into that lifestyle where you wake up a little early, you can sit with yourself, then after writing your goals down, only 10 to 15 minutes, just close your eyes and try to see if there is something that can come to your mind relating to all your goals. Any action steps you can take in the day for your goals. Golden rule: if you want to keep using more of your mind in an active manner, in a positive manner, then try to make sure in the day you do at least one thing relating to your topmost goal. Every day should be a day where you have taken some action for your goal. Whatever your goal is, make sure in the day I am taking some action for it. If you do, you see, the subconscious mind picks up that action as a proof that you are really serious about this, that this is something you really want to have. So, in a way, you energize your intentions, you energize your thoughts and your goals when you start to take action for them. One or two things for each of your goals. If you have 3 goals written down, every day in the morning, write your same goals again. Because in this manner, you familiarize your brain and your mind with your goals. What is the benefit of familiarization of these goals with our minds and brains? Very simple. You see, when you see something over and over again, it becomes more believable for you. In the same manner, when the subconscious mind sees you engaging with these goals every day, it begins to give you a sense of confidence that, oh, this will be possible. I will be able to do it. That confidence will build up, that self-belief will go up, and you will certainly start to see that you are getting more and more positive thoughts around your goals and your priorities. Silent sitting, putting your goals down on paper on a daily basis. Thirdly, ideas relating to what you could do, what action steps you could take relating to your goals. You may have weight goals, you may have fitness goals, you may have career goals, you may have goals relating to your relationships. Whatever your goals are, put them down on paper. And do not feel that at this moment my career is most important, so other areas I'm not bothered, everything is okay. No. You see, when we talk about energy, we talk about balance of emotions. If you are not giving importance to your relationships, if you are not showing your gratitude for your loved ones, if you are not giving your best as far as self-care, care of your own body and health is concerned, then it will show up in your ability to think properly. It will show up in your ability to do things for yourself. It will affect your concentration. It will affect your ability to think fresh ideas. It will also affect the vibe in general you exchange with everyone. And we all know that the environment is very important for us to unleash our potential. You must be in a good environment. And if you don't have that environment around you, then you can create it by yourself, putting your best foot forward in everything. Again, a simple thing to follow. Remember, whenever you are talking to someone, whenever you are doing any task, train your mind to believe it is the most important thing for you in the world to do. If you're talking to someone on the phone, at that moment, if you want to experience a sense of mindfulness and expand your own mind and consciousness, tell yourself, this conversation is the most important conversation for me. This person in front of me right now is the most important person in my life. This thing I'm now doing is the most important thing for me. Not only will you concentrate better, but you will realize that you are putting so much of positive energy into whatever you're doing, even if it's a routine task, if it's a mundane task, you will do it with so much more power. And if you're doing it with more power, you will also experience the good benefit coming from it also with that much power, with that much of positivity. So leave every person you come in contact with an impression of increase. This is a very common statement in all metaphysical studies. That means I have to leave my good, a bit of my good everywhere. And that will help me also achieve my goals much faster. Most importantly, it will keep your mind very peaceful. So if you feel there is any area in your life that you're currently lacking also, then you must put that area as a goal for you to accomplish. Then you see how overall you are able to manage yourself better. There's so many of us today who feel that our past is responsible for our present. So many people who may actually feel, I wish I had got this in my childhood. I wish I was understood in my childhood. I wish I was supported. I wish I was loved that much. Yes, it's true that our past does affect the way we think today, what we do today. But let us not get disheartened. Because you see, the most wonderful thing about energy and vibration is that if today you start to improve your relationship with yourself first by investing time in yourself, sitting in silence, trying to connect with your own needs and goals, focusing on them in a positive manner, trying to put your best foot forward everywhere. By doing this, you start operating from a more mindful state and consciousness. Mindful state and consciousness means you are less influenced by the past. You will get less of those thoughts that will drain your energy, pull you down. See, most of us are caught in this vicious cycle of the past, because we are talking a lot about the past. We are discussing it. We are constantly reminding ourselves about those things through words. If there is something that did not go out well for us, if there's something that did not work out in a manner that it should have, doesn't matter. Today, I must give myself that love, that care, and that attention. How? Firstly, by sitting in silence and by speaking some good, positive words. Words are energy. When you speak certain words, immediately your subconscious picks up those words and along with your brain tries to create a picture for those words. The mind thinks in terms of pictures and images. That is why we give so much importance to keeping good pictures around us. We want that good energy comes to us because these pictures turn into our thoughts. Same manner, words become our thoughts. So if I start using good energy, encouraging words, I will automatically ensure that whatever I was lacking even in my childhood or in my past, I am able to overcome today. I am able to focus more on what I want now rather than what I did not get. So this has to be practiced on a daily basis. How will I do that? The moment thoughts of the past come, I can first of all try to adopt a simple mindfulness ritual, which is breathe in and breathe out with a smile on my face. Secondly, I can remind myself this thought that they did this to me, this thought of anger for someone, this thought of disappointment, this is not what I want. This is not what I need. What do I want? What do I need? And most of us, I'm sure, including you, will answer, I need peace, I need love, I need success in everything I do. Great. Because now when you learn how to shift the thought and the feeling through your words, automatically like energy attracts like energy. So the subconscious mind is now going to get busy with creating new pictures for peace, for love, for happiness, for contentment. So I have to practice learning how to shift my thoughts. Negative thoughts will come, especially thoughts relating to the past may come, but I have to learn how to accept them. I don't want to even run away from the thoughts. Never ever try to ignore thoughts and feelings that are coming up inside you. Suppression can lead to a lot of problems like depression. We don't want to suppress our thoughts and feelings. Instead, accept them. Think of yourself like a parent who's listening to a child. The child has something to share. As a parent, what will you do? Patiently listen to the child. Same manner, when you're sitting with yourself, try to acknowledge whatever feelings you are getting. And one by one, remind yourself, I don't need this feeling. Because you will know if it's a negative feeling, you don't want to keep it. So constantly have that self-talk. Oh, anger, I don't need this. What do I need instead of this? Peace. So let me focus on peace. Then you can even use the words I am peace, because we understand that whatever words I connect myself with, I will make active in my vibration. So the moment I say I am peace, not I want peace, I am peace, automatically the cells in my body react to this new flow of energy and chemicals. And like energy attracts like energy, I will now start getting in the next few moments more thoughts of peace, more thoughts of love, more thoughts of happiness. Because thoughts work in a chain. You see, one thought brings several other thoughts. So you, my dear friends, have to make an effort first to clearly give a direction to your mind that no, anger is not what I want to encourage. That's not what I want. Resentment for something or someone, I don't want to encourage. Bitterness, I don't want to encourage. You see, you have to constantly give yourself this reminder. As you do, you will start getting better and better in this practice of shifting your thought and shifting your feeling. And this way, you are not even ignoring your thoughts. So, no matter what our past has been like, never keep in mind that because this has happened, I have this belief, and that is why I'm getting these experiences. No, whatever your negative beliefs are, let's say you have a belief, I am not good enough, I am not worthy, I cannot do it. Immediately acknowledge this thought and feeling and remind yourself, I don't need this thought. Is this adding value to me? No, it's not helping me in any way. In fact, it's dominating my energy, affecting my mood, pulling me down. No, like energy attracts like energy. What I focus on grows stronger. Let me focus on good things. Let me focus on building my confidence, my willpower, my mind power. So immediately convert negative statements into positive ones. If I have a thought and feeling, I'm not good enough, I can replace it with this statement, I deserve all good things. As I am a loving child of God, I deserve all things good. If I have a feeling that everyone hates me, nobody likes me, I can convert it into everyone around me is loving me and supporting me. Now, even if at that point in time you feel that's not true, nobody is loving me, nobody understands me, nobody supports me. Remember, we said the world is created inside outside because you have been carrying in your energy certain feelings, certain beliefs Today, the world seems to appear in a certain way. So, when I start using better words, replace negative beliefs with positive ones, automatically, you see, I am letting my subconscious mind know this is what I want to experience. Not that I am not loved. I want to experience I am loved and supported by everyone. Take a mirror in front of you and do this short little test. Stand in front of a mirror or hold a small mirror before yourself and just observe as you look at yourself what thoughts are coming to your mind. Most of us will observe certain thoughts about either our physical features, either about somebody who told us something. Maybe you recall some of your mistakes of your past. Some of us may have not very pleasant experiences from the past. Doesn't matter. Still, take the courage to do this mirror exercise. Look into your own eyes and observe your feelings about yourself. Within few seconds, you will know either you love yourself or you don't love yourself. If you love yourself, you will love what you see in the mirror. There'll be absolutely nothing wrong that you will find with yourself. But if you do not love yourself, you will find faults with yourself. And please remember, because you are seeing yourself in a certain way, the world is also going to make you believe this is true about yourself. The world is only a reflection of your inner thoughts. This exercise I am suggesting only for you to understand how it is important to use positive words and how positive words can actually change your experiences. So, if at all we have some negative beliefs that I cannot be successful, then we need to reverse this into something positive, like I deserve success. I can attract success. What I want comes to me. Good opportunities and resources come to me. I receive love, I receive joy, I receive abundance. So, as you are shifting your words and in the day becoming more conscious to speak more about the things you want rather than what you don't want, you will start to see a change within few days itself in your feelings about yourself, in your confidence level. You will realize now you're grasping better, you're absorbing better, you're understanding better, you are feeling better, and you're certainly doing better. It has to start one step at a time. My recommendation is sit with yourself, try to identify if you have certain beliefs about yourself. If you have a belief you cannot lose weight, then no matter how much you try, you will not. Because the subconscious mind will always try to match the reality with your belief. If I believe I cannot learn so much in a day, no matter how much I try, I will feel distracted and disturbed because I'm carrying that belief. Whatever beliefs you have, ask yourself if they are coming in the way of your success. And if the answer is yes, one by one, put them down on paper and use the power of words to reverse these negative beliefs, thoughts, and statements into positive ones. Once you have your list of positive statements ready, repeat them aloud daily. Take a copy of them, put it on the wall in your room or on your desk where you study. Make sure you engage with these words. Rest of the day too, make sure you speak with a smile. Make sure you use words that you know will add value to you. Use words that encourage. Use words that heal. The best gift you can give even your loved ones is sweet words. That is the best thing that you can do to help someone improve their health. That is the best thing you can do to your own self, your own body. That is the best thing you can do to unleash and maximize your own power and potential. One day at a time. But we have to make sure that we are consistent with these practices. So morning, if I can start with silent sitting, I can spend some time writing down my goals and also jotting down any ideas I'm getting relating to any action I can take for my goals. That is a great way to start your day. Throughout the day, remind yourself that you attract what you feel from inside. So start using better quality words. Make a list of positive words and statements. Take 5 to 10 minutes in a day. Repeat these positive statements to yourself. If you feel a lot of negative thoughts coming to your mind, immediately acknowledge the thought and feeling. Remind yourself, I don't need this. Instead of this, what do I want? I want peace. I want happiness. I want love. Then repeat to yourself, I am love. I am happiness. I am peace. I am a balanced person with a balanced mind. The more I entertain these thoughts and express them through words, the more I start strengthening my own power and cleansing my energy. If my energy is clean and pure, I will be able to get more done out of my day. At night, when you come to bed, please remind yourself to be grateful for whatever happened in the day. Certain days will obviously be very ordinary days. There'll be days where we felt nothing extraordinary happened. In fact, I wanted this, it did not happen. I got delayed. I was told this is what happened, this is that happened. Whatever it is, look for the good that you experienced in the day. There was a great psychologist by the name of Emile Coué, a French psychologist who had done so much of research and study with his own clients on the power of gratitude and positive thinking. And this is one practice he used to suggest to his clients and patients. He said, at the end of the day, pick out something good that happened. You see, when your mind is focused on the good, automatically you are preparing yourself to receive more of the same. And so at night, no matter what has happened in the day, I should at least say thank you for it and pull out something good from the day. And there was a great monk who had once said, you want a mantra for happy life? Keep saying, whatever happens is good for me. If you say whatever happens is good for me, good only will happen, because that is going to be your energy, your dominant vibration. And that is how you will also look at everything and everyone. Nobody can do any wrong to you if you hold in your mind that commitment, that power, that focus, that only and only good things come to me. Your focus is on good, that is what you are going to attract. And it's a wonderful feeling, you know, when you recall something good from your day. You make sure you sleep well. You make sure you sleep peacefully. That is a very good practice, end of the day. And if at all you want to ask yourself one question end of the day, let that question be, was I smiling enough? Was I loving enough? Because if I was not smiling enough and I was not loving enough, what use of such a day where I have not really enjoyed, I have not put my love out, I have not shared my warmth with others through my smile? What use is such a day? You see, we don't want to achieve our goals at a cost of losing our mental peace, at a cost of losing our relationships, our health. No, we want to achieve our goals joyfully. We deserve that for ourselves and for our families. So why not become more conscious to put more of your warmth and your love into everything that you do? This is very important because if you learn how to manage your emotions, that's it. You're going to get better at managing your life, because after all, the journey of the mind is ultimately the journey of life. If I'm able to manage the distractions in my mind, if I am able to deal with the negative memories that may come up in the mind, then automatically I am going to be able to create a better future for myself. I'm going to end with one important statement, which probably will again summarize whatever I have covered. Any idea, any thought that is either feared by us or revered, looked forward to by us in a positive way. In both cases, the idea, the thought will express itself in our body, in our life. And this cannot happen any other way. There is a thought, there is a vibration. You either love something or you hate something. It's a part of your life. You choose what you want to keep in your life. You want to achieve success? Talk about success. You want to achieve your goals? Think about your goals. Think about what you can do for yourself. You get negative thoughts? No problem. Acknowledge them, but try to build positive set of beliefs for yourself. Because at the end of the day, if you are committed to what you want, if you have strong intentions and you focus on those intentions with all your power, with more and more love, then automatically you will become successful. You will attract the success you desire and you deserve. Consistency, however, is going to be the key. I personally suggest that if you liked a few points from today's session, please make sure you write them down in your diary and start to adopt a few of these things for yourself. And one day at a time, be patient with yourself, encourage yourself, and make sure before the day ends, you've at least done 2 or 3 of these practices so that you have been able to manage your energy better. You're able to manage your emotions better. I will now leave the session open for questions. Yes, I think they need to be unmuted to ask the question.
Hi, Dr. Karishma.
Hello.
This is Prashanti. Thank you very much for such a lovely, pep talk you've given us. I wanted to ask, basically, like you said, we all have this inner negative voice that keeps telling us, you can't do it, you can't do it, you can't do it. And the thing is, sometimes we try our hardest, like you said, it's all about vibration, it's about energy. But what do you do about very deep rooted beliefs that are very difficult to get rid of? It's like you have been operating on them subconsciously for years, and it has given you a certain set of results, and you've now entered that so-called comfortable well where it's hard to get out of it, and you fear the consequences of getting out of it. I know of people, and I know of myself also, who fear to be truly happy because it may mean that you can lose that at some point also. So
Okay, Prashanti, what is the need to hold on to an emotion? Generally, when we are holding on to an emotion, there is always a deeper need to hold on to it, right? At times, you have to use your logical mind, which is your conscious mind, your analytical skills, your reasoning power to question, why am I holding a certain belief? What is the context of this belief? Where is this coming from? Where is this belief and this thought that something may go wrong coming from? See, when you use your mind and your logical brain in this manner, you will come to realize that actually most of these thoughts and beliefs are coming out of an emotion called fear. Most of the times they're coming from a deeper need that I may have inside myself. Now, I may not know immediately what that is, right? As you rightly said, I don't know. You need to therefore sit in silence. You need to therefore spend some time with yourself, understanding what my needs are. You see, if there is something you need to know, your subconscious mind must communicate it to you. So, one thing would be challenge your thoughts, your beliefs, by questioning how you got them in the first place. Most of us have picked up beliefs from our environment, right? People around you. So, do you think that keeping these beliefs from your environment is something that is going to add value to me? Firstly, if it's not adding value, then I must question, why am I still holding on to it? What is this need? Now, wait for your subconscious mind to give you some answers. There is actually a simple thing that we can do to encourage ourselves to receive these answers from our own subconscious mind, which is, taking a pen and paper, holding the pen in your hand and writing. Whatever comes to your mind, you write down. Whatever is coming. Sometimes a picture of a person may come. Sometimes a certain experience may come. Whatever is coming, bless it. Bless every thought coming. Bless every feeling coming. And constantly ask yourself to give you insights on what is the deeper need I'm holding on to. See, most of us, at least in all my studies and in all my work with my clients, I can tell you one thing for sure, that deep down, everybody has a desire to be loved more, to be understood more. Everybody wants everything to work out for themselves, but just that many times we've been fed with certain beliefs which encourage fear. So now to get the fear out of it, I must first of all connect with myself. I must make every part of my consciousness believe that here I am there to listen to what is happening inside me, to accept it, to acknowledge it, to clean on it. So that intention itself is important, plus noting thoughts down on paper. The moment a negative thought arises, reminding yourself it's not something I want to keep. And then following a step-by-step process of sitting in silence, putting it down on paper, constantly asking yourself, how are you doing? How are you feeling? So the more you are in touch with yourself, the more the need to hold on to something becomes weakened, Prashant. Yes, I think there was a question for how do we continue to be consistent? You have to make a timetable, first of all, to be consistent. If you know that you have to do certain things, they have to be on paper. Right? The more you see your timetable, the more chances are that you will be consistent with your practices as well. So whatever it is that you want to do in the day, you try to time it. This is the time I'm going to do it in the day. And constantly make sure you look at this timetable that you have made for yourself in the day. The other thing is to keep reminding yourself of how much you can achieve out of your day if you stick to this timetable. So why do you want to do something? Because it's going to give you something. So focus on the why. If I remind myself why a goal is important to me, then it will motivate me to push myself that much harder to achieve it. Okay, that would hurt their sentiments in many cases. No, I didn't mean to say avoid people. Basically, what we try to say when we are raising our vibration is that others have to come to our level, which means that normally when you are in a positive state of vibration, you tend to dominate the energy around you. You will tend to dominate the conversation. So chances are that if you're feeling good, your good energy also rubs off on the other person. But you see, if you're not feeling good and a negative person comes in front of you, you are further drawn into negativity because of that person. So you don't have to avoid people, you have to bless people. And most importantly, you have to have an intention that this conversation is going to be a good conversation. You're going to send positive energy to everyone. Most importantly, you keep a smile on your face when we talk to others. Automatically, you see, your warmth will rub off on them. Not immediately, but certainly they will know that this is the kind of conversation you want to have. You see, it's a slow process. It works in a very beautiful manner, but you have to practice yourself first. First, don't think about how others will react. First, you practice. Okay, I think I've covered the questions. More or less, you're most welcome.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for that wonderful session. I think the participants have really enjoyed and really benefited. You have shared with us some practical techniques to train our brain and make us more positive and confident about ourselves and our capabilities. You've also shown us the significance of investing in ourselves and learning to leave the past and work towards our present goals. And I think the most important lesson that we will be taking away with us from this session is to use the power of our own words to transform our thinking and finally make us more happy and in turn make us more healthy. And the slogan, the mantra, I get what I vibrate, is going to stay with us. So thank you so much, ma'am. With this, I think we've come to an end of the session.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you.